The world of venture capital is shifting. If you're an LP right now, you feel it deep down. The ground's moving beneath your feet, and it's not subtle or slow. The old rules that worked for decades are cracking, and some are breaking outright. The power that was once centralized, controlled by a few dominant funds, is now leaking, exploding outwards, reshaping everything you thought you knew about investing in startups. This isn't just a trend, it's a revolution. And if you're not adapting, you're being left behind. Maybe without even realizing it yet. You've seen it. The big names, the Goliaths ruling the game with billions, their decisions echoing through the markets, have lost some of their edge. The reason? The world isn't standing still, and neither are opportunities. New hubs of innovation are cropping up where no one expected, places untapped, underestimated, unregulated. The power has shattered, and it's flowing to the edges, to the sharp few who see beyond geography and tradition. Those who are ready to take a risk and back the unknown, the misunderstood, the overlooked. Those are the new titans shaping the future of venture, and the old guard? They're scrambling to catch up. You feel this tension every day. You want to place your bets where growth is explosive, where impact is real, and where the returns justify the risks. But the path isn't clear. Markets are noisy, valuations erratic, hype rampant. The old ways, throwing money at safe bets, relying on networks that only deepen their own echo chamber, don't cut it anymore. The world demands something else: precision, agility, insight that pierces the fog of noise. But where do you find that in a landscape that's growing more volatile by the hour? This is the hard truth. Sticking to what's comfortable is dangerous. Being conservative with your capital isn't just cautious, it's risky. Because the new wave isn't waiting on permission or tradition. It's breaking norms, rewriting playbooks, and reinventing what venture means. The LPs who get stuck in yesterday's mindset will watch opportunities pass like shadows, fleeting, lost forever. The challenge is real. How do you respond to this shift, not just by surviving, but by thriving, by leading the charge into what's next? First, you have to realize one thing. The future isn't about more deals or bigger checks. It's about recalibrating what value means. It means abandoning the illusion that more is always better and focusing instead on connection. Building relationships with founders, emerging fund managers, and communities that others overlook because they don't fit the old model. Those relationships unlock access to new deal flows where competition is thinner, valuations are fairer, and the potential upside, the upside is seismic. But this requires patience and bravery, the willingness to go slow, to go fast, to cultivate trust before it becomes a headline. Next, embrace complexity without fear. The new venture landscape is messy. Markets don't adhere to neat categories. Technologies collide with social change in unpredictable ways. Understanding this complexity, not shying away from it, is your superpower. That means expanding your team's expertise, tapping outside your traditional circles, and questioning every assumption about what makes an investment safe or scalable. It means learning to spot patterns beneath chaos, seeing where disparate threads connect, where the next big thing is quietly gathering steam. It also means shifting from extracting value to creating value with your partners. The days of sitting on the sidelines, just writing checks and waiting for returns are fading fast. Today's LPs who win are those who become active collaborators, offering founders not just capital, but strategic insight, experience, networks, even operational support. This level of engagement transforms investments from passive bets to dynamic partnerships, where growth is accelerated, risks are mitigated, and every party's skin is in the game. One of the most powerful moves you can make is diversifying across geographies and verticals in ways that break with tradition. Don't fall for the illusion that investing only in Silicon Valley or established tech hubs guarantees success. Look where others aren't looking. Frontiers where entrepreneurial spirit is raw and unstoppable, where disruption is just beginning. Yet remember, it's not about chasing every shiny new market or sector. It's about selective focus on areas where your unique edge, your network, insight, or experience can really tip the scales. Deploy capital like a scalpel, not a sledgehammer. A critical part of winning this new era is how you choose your partners. The fund managers, co-investors, and operators you align with. Look for those unafraid to challenge orthodoxy, those who understand that the old models of venture are brittle and cannot contain the innovation bubbling underneath. Seek out leaders who aren't obsessed with short-term gains, but who think in decades, who build ecosystems around their investments, who cultivate culture and vision alongside value. This is where your patience pays off. Deep relationships with a few who burn as fiercely as you do will yield returns far beyond just financial. And here's a secret so few admit out loud. Your most valuable assets aren't always in traditional financial statements or due diligence reports. They live in the people, the grit of founders, the resilience of teams, the conviction behind ideas. Learn to read those signals well. Learn to trust intuition when it's backed by data, but never be blinded by it. Because in this whirlwind of global shift, where information can be both your ally and enemy, your emotional intelligence, how you connect, understand, and inspire, may be your sharpest tool. But none of this happens without courage. There's risk in stepping away from the herd, risk in backing the unproven, risk in forging your own path. And that risk is exactly what the future demands. The LPs who cling to comfort, who value stability above all, might avoid the sting of failure temporarily, but will pay the price long-term through obsolescence. True power lies with those who can endure uncertainty, who can recalibrate quickly, who see volatility not as a threat, but as opportunity, a signal that the game itself is changing. The discomfort is the signpost to growth. The global power shift in venture isn't just about money moving differently. It's about an entirely new mindset, about seeing beyond the surface, rejecting the status quo, and embracing transformation as a constant. About knowing that the biggest upside often comes from places and people you never expected. About accepting that the future belongs to those who dare to unlearn what they thought they knew and rebuild their approach from the ground up. If you want to be part of that future, you can start by asking yourself brutal questions. Are you really ready to abandon yesterday's logic? How deep is your commitment to change? Are you willing to get uncomfortable today to unlock massive opportunities tomorrow? Because make no mistake, this isn't a gentle evolution. It's a shake-up, a reset, and the LPs who move with urgency, vision, and relentless focus, those are the LPs who will not only survive, but redefine venture capital for generations to come. There's no time for passivity, no room for pulling back. The hinges of power are rattling, and the door to the next era is opening right now. Step through it with eyes wide open, with resolve in your heart, and the hunger to build something that transcends what came before. You're not just investing in startups or funds. You're investing in the becoming of a new world. A world where the few who dare hold the key, and where your role, your influence, can change everything. This is the moment to own your place in that shift, not as a distant observer, but as a force, not waiting for permission, but seizing control. Focus on the edges where innovation breaks loose. Partner deeply with those rewriting the rules. Cultivate patience like a weapon. Engage courage over comfort, because only by doing this can you break free from the old illusions and help build the future you were always meant to lead. Your capital isn't just money. It's a beacon. Not for following the crowd, but for lighting new paths. For ushering in the rare, the bold, the transformative. LPs who understand this will set the pace. Those who don't will fade into irrelevance. This is your call to rise, to burn with the fire of change, and to shape the venture world with uncompromising clarity and power. The global shift in venture power is already happening. The question is, will you be the one who rides the wave, or the one who watches it crash from the shore? The choice is yours, and it starts here. And it